Live.
We're
Live.
live.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone.
Hello,
Awesome. So
hello.
we're just gonna go ahead and get everything started. So as we like to start off with our intro music for every stream that we do.
You do the dance.
What's up, everyone, and thanks for listening to the Average Nerd live stream. It's your boys, the Average Nerds. We're just a bunch of average guys talking about nerdy things. I'll be your host for the day, Juan, and joining us, as always, we got Pretty Boy Jorge,
I don't want to grow up.
our resident Pokemon master, Dave,
Keep it poppin'.
the last OG and current birthday boy, Av,
Hey, you guys.
and we have a very special guest joining us today. We have the legend himself, the father of Funko, Mr. Mike Becker. How you doing, Mike?
Hey.
Hey. So thank you so much for joining us, Mike. Well, we were talking a little bit offline about your Fun Food Fridays that you've been hosting. So we saw you did one on the Filipino foods, and we are all Filipino. We did our own little stream on Filipino food, so we thought it's only fitting that we bring you onto our podcast or our live stream and talk about the Filipino culture and the Filipino food. Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, why not?
Awesome. Cool. So I know you've been to the Philippines before. Your wife is Filipino, as some may know. What would you say is some of your favorite Filipino foods?
Pretty much well, I would say number one, probably Jollibee.
Yes.
That can't be serious, right?
In fact, it was funny. When I went to the corporate headquarters, they took me to their Jollibee number one, and I asked for triple the wieners, the little wieners in the spaghetti.
Yes.
On the
Yeah.
spaghetti. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the best part.
But it was a little embarrassing because we had this really nice lunch in one of these party rooms, but then all of a sudden they brought all the animals and all the characters, and they're all dancing around while we're trying to eat.
It was like some kid's birthday party.
They were like a little kind of embarrassing, but fun at the same time. But yeah, I mean, I chicken adobo and the pancit, all the hits,
All the staples of Filipino.
Lumpia.
Yeah.
Nice. We know that you've been to the Philippines before. You went there to celebrate the Funko Fanatics Philippines during their Christmas party. How was your experience back in the homeland?
I mean, I'd say it was one of my best experiences ever, to be honest. And I'm not just like, I felt like I was Paul McCartney or something over there.
Well, you are to some. Some.
Better, I would say every one Filipino fan is equal to like 10 over here in terms of like, like fanaticism and fun, too. Everybody's, that's the other thing too. And that's probably why one of the main reasons too, I married my wife is she always kind of upbeat and happy and smiling and
Definitely
look on the bright side of things. And I kind of tend to be up and down and a little moody. And I'm always like in my head about like working on something or thinking about a problem or a way to come up. And she's usually, keeps me happy and keeps me up. And that's what I feel about Philippine people in general. I always feel like there's kind of a genuine kind of loving, upbeat feel. And so.
For sure. It's definitely a very welcoming community. Like the first thing, anytime I bring friends over to like my parents' house, the first thing they ask, like, "Oh, did you eat?
Did you eat yet?"
You gotta make sure
And
you're
then
fed.
if you answer you did eat, they'll be like, "Oh, come eat again.
Eat some more. Eat some more." They want to make sure that you're feeling very welcome and fed, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. I can't help but notice that you have a really cool background there with a whole bunch of cool little collectibles. So we know that Funko is like what you're known for, and that's your baby. But are there any other things that you collect that you're really passionate about outside of Funko?
Oh yeah, mainly stuff outside of Funko. My number one thing I love is Halloween masks, like the Ben masks and the costumes, especially the ones that were like the cloth and vinyl kind that had really great printing. So I'm like a big fan of old-fashioned Halloween, like the kind that I had, when I was a kid, and it was a big deal. There was like three big in a kid's life when I was a kid, and that was number one, what lunch pail you were going to pick when you what your Halloween costume was going to be,
Yeah.
and what things you were going to circle in the Sears wish book at Christmas.
Oh, I remember that.
That I experienced that too with the whole circling and I was, like I said, I'm a little older than these guys, so I did wear those plastic Halloween costumes with the plastic mask.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I
they
remember
get,
I
like,
was
sweaty.
Yoda one year, and it was like so lame, but it's so cool at the same time. So I get it. It's such nostalgic and
That's not lame at all. Yoda's pretty
well,
cool.
back then.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the packaging too. How colorful the
Yeah,
packaging
yeah.
is.
Most of them had that great stuff. Oh God, that looks so great.
That looks so good.
nice.
Dang, look at that the condition of that thing.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Oh, and that's what you wear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the vinyl.
That was
Is
it.
it vinyl?
That was the vinyl top. Or-
Do you have a favorite costume, Mike? Do you have a favorite mask and costume that you've picked up?
Sure, it was Dick Dastardly from the Wacky Racers.
Oh, nice.
Dastardly, I think I wore that 2 or 3 years, but I always just thought it was really cool for some reason as a kid, and my brother was the Hot Wheels one
Oh, nice.
for kids, and
yeah.
I have it. I did a thing. I've done a couple of fundraisers, where I've shown my collection, and I don't know. Did you guys come to any of those?
Oh,
I
that's
never
the
made
one.
I remember the mask. I forgot what it was.
You're right.
Yes, that one. We didn't get to go, but it looked really, really fun.
Yeah, we're all in the Bay Area, so it's a little far for us to make
Yes,
the
the
trek out.
masquerade.
Yeah,
Monster
Yeah,
Masquerade.
that
I
one.
love
There
the
we go.
artwork on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It reminds me of Witch Helga or something. Yeah.
I think that was probably the reference I showed him.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
we
a
have
great
a
question.
from Valor and Bellum is asking, have you started collecting anything new, Mike?
Hey, you know what? It's funny. I have been collecting a few things. Let me grab them. Like anything, like you mean new, like that's made right now, or things that like a new collection?
So, new
I think
collection.
either or. Yeah, either or would be fine.
Okay. Hang on.
Just so much stuff.
I
Any
love
of
those shows.
like old boxed, like weird,
Oh,
like the weirder the better, like
is that candy?
stuff like and the cards
Damn, that is so
That's
cool.
awesome.
are either top
Artwork.
or God, who made this one? Let me see. I might have more.
Damn, that's
This like
Oh.
That's the stuff you had to glue on.
I love a lot of art reference stuff. So I've got 8
Mhm.
pallets of stuff out in Otay that are full of other collections and all sorts of crap that I've been yard sales and flea markets and swap meets and stuff over the years.
So it sounds like, other than the current times, you still up to date go junkin' every once in a while?
Oh,
Yes.
for sure. I usually try to go Saturday or Sunday to the Kobe swap meet.
Mhm.
It's here in San Diego. And because there's a lot of dudes that bring over really cool stuff from Mexico.
Oh, mhm.
Sometimes you see some stuff that's really cool, or even some bootleg stuff.
For sure. Talking about collecting, we were talking about the Philippine culture before. Have you ever seen these guys?
Oh,
The Barrel Man?
Yeah.
Do you have any of these in your collection? If
I
not, we can send you one.
buy a couple at the airport and stuff.
yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna leave the barrel on because we don't want to get what's that? The terms of service on Switch. I don't want to get in trouble. Cool. Well, I see another question in here. Where did it go? Someone was asking, what was your favorite Wacky Wobbler? Mike? I know that's what started it all, the Wacky Wobblers, before you went into Funko.
I probably have to go with Big Boy because if it wasn't for Big Boy, nothing else probably would have been possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
There he is.
That's such a cool Wacky. That's
Love that dude. And some other ones that were like big victories for me was doing that deal with General Mills to do the Count Chocula and Frankenberries and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then seeing them pick it up on one Halloween, to be able to go into the store for once and turn that box around and go, holy, we like, there it is, send proof of purchase seal or whatever it was, and $15 to get your Wacky Wobbler. And I mean, that was a really big moment.
For sure.
You know.
Those were some of the original stickered boxes too, right? It came with like the sticker that said like it was a purchase from General Mills, or like it was like the free for the cereal.
Yeah, you definitely know your history there, because I remember that, and I think I think we even did some ones that smelled like chocolate and strawberry.
Ooh.
Oh.
You did.
Scented ones.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did, or maybe we never released them. I can't remember now.
You just spilt chocolate on one and you're like, oh, it's scented.
Oh, that's a good question. Speaking of cereal, what is your favorite cereal, your Saturday cartoon cereal?
Ooh.
Well, the one that I really think is number one for sure. I mean, tomorrow, we're gonna break it down, whatever our top four, and then I think I'll just pick two, and then I'll let the fun makers decide the champion. But I think all time has got to be Quisp.
Quisp. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't buy it unless you buy it online, but I could eat a whole box of that, along with like a half a loaf of like bread with lots of butter and jelly,
Nice. We got a question here from Flip Toys. He's asking, "Hey Mike, what was the story with the Funko family Filipino crown shirt?"
Yeah, I get that a lot. So, obviously I'm a big fan of Filipino culture and Filipino people. I mean, it's pretty easy to see that. I mean, from Fun TV, it was all kind of loaded up there. So, but it was just something I wanted to do, and we do all of our printing just right here. So most of my guys do all the T-shirt design too. So I just said, hey, make this cool shirt for me. I want to do this Joe Coy unboxing thing, but I want a cool shirt to wear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we printed up like a dozen of them, and
Ooh.
so a couple of her friends. I think they're already gone.
Those are awesome. Yeah.
Speaking of Joe Coy, I think he's the first Filipino Funko Pop ever made, right?
Oh.
Is he?
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny
Pacquiao.
Yeah.
I guess he's the second.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao was the first.
Nice.
Well, hopefully there's more coming,
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
not much of
hopefully.
what that are famous enough, but hopefully.
Yeah, let's get it. Arnell, maybe.
Arnel
Yeah.
Pineda,
Yeah.
for sure.
From Journey.
Yeah, you should do a whole box set.
You got to decide. Do you count Jason Day in, the golfer?
Oh,
Oh,
maybe.
There's
Part,
a lot of Filipino celebrities out there that might be Funko worthy.
Mhm.
It's just you gotta do a little research and see who's actually Filipino or not.
They just show that they're coming out with the Ninja Turtles line, and I'm like, I really want to Ernie Reyes Jr. from Ninja Turtles too. For sure, that'd be cool. And then just going back to we're talking about the Philippines. Your wife is Filipino. What was your first impressions meeting like your wife's family or people in the Philippines?
I was happy. It wasn't
Mhm.
it wasn't anything strange or anything. It was just it was pleasant that it was just so welcoming. Like I've traveled a lot, in the world.
Yeah.
Been a lot of places, and and I've been to a lot of countries from Costa Rica to and then all over China, from Shenzhen to Guangzhou to Shanghai and over to Hainan to Macau and Hong Kong and all over the place and and all over Mexico and stuff but I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit humid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's all good. There, that area where I stayed, I mean, half the time I didn't know where I was at. There was some time just have Nico would come and pick me up and help me because I didn't know where the hell I was at. And
But yeah, there's over 1,000 islands in the Philippines technically, so you could be on one island and all of a sudden you're on another and you don't even know it.
one of the islands once, where the heck was I? Which one? Name a couple of the main tourists.
Oh, Luzon
No.
is like there's Luzon, Visaya.
Manila, Boracay.
Yeah, that's where it was.
Boracay.
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 Yeah.
Nice.
Have you brought home any cool collectibles or any toys from any of these trips? Like even outside of the Philippines?
Well, I really got into collecting those. Have you ever seen those little shadow boxes, those Day of the Dead shadow boxes in Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh,
For sure.
Yes.
That those that are made out of bone or out of just wood and
Yeah.
they're painted. I used to have a whole Day of the Dead kind of bar in my old house and so I also like a lot of stuff about Latino culture and the art of it. I love that whole Day of the Dead thing.
Those are all handmade too, right?
Yeah, it gives they apply the glitter on by hand and the painting by hand. I love that kind of thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Do we have any more questions in the chat? Someone's asking, are you still playing poker?
That was Chris who asked that.
Chris Bernardo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're talking about, and I guess we could turn full circle about food, Filipino food. Is there any type of Filipino food that you've tried and you just said, okay, that's it. I'm not going to eat this again? That's kind of...
And you won't offend us. There's foods I've tried, and I'm like, I'm not eating that again.
Yeah, the party, I had made a deal with JJ Alano, the president of Jollibee, and said I made him some deal about if you come, and I said I'll bring Brandon Vera, if you bring Below.
Oh.
And we were gonna dare, where it was gonna be some sort of dare, and I couldn't do it. It looked too bad and it smelled too bad, and I thought, stomach already. It's like I don't want to throw up in front of 1,000 people.
That was one of the items
understandable.
that we ate on our stream. Who of us did it? I think it was like three of us.
Jorge, Dave, and Av ate
We
it.
all ate balut on the stream.
And then Av ate the white part, which you're not supposed to eat because it's just rock hard. So there's the yolk, and then there's the duck, and then there's this white part, which basically just holds the duck that you're not supposed to eat, or else you'll break your tooth on it.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad. It's not that bad. I think we all coming in, not eating it regularly. You know what it is, so just thinking of what it is, that's what's kind of turning you off. But after you take it like one bite, it tastes like chicken.
We got a question from Super Jen. She's asking, "What's your favorite Filipino dish to eat?" I know you touched on adobo a little, but is that your favorite?
I know I'd probably say pancit.
Pancit,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah,
You can't go wrong with the noodles.
and my wife goes over to National City.
Oh yeah.
They go and she'll bring some back for me, or she'll go to there's like a bakery. Isn't it called like 98 degrees or 60?
Oh, 98 degrees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 90. What was it? 89. I forget.
86 degrees. 86 degrees.
85.
All of them.
98 degrees was a boy band in the 90s.
Right.
So there's a lot of cool, all those pastries and all that stuff. I love all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff with the whole pastry side of things
Oh yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
For sure.
are unique to Filipino culture.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're about running out of time. We know that your time is precious, Mike, and we thank you so much for joining us. Before we take off and let you go, though, is there anything that you want to, kind of plug to the fans who are listening?
Actually, God, I wonder if this is too early.
Uh-oh.
You think food? Maybe it's too early. I might have a ultra secret, incredible announcement. Let me think here.
Ooh.
We don't want you to get in trouble. It's okay.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to hear.
Maybe. Do you guys do this every week?
We do. We
Uh,
try to, yeah.
Just about every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in about 2 weeks, maybe if I'm lucky enough, you guys have me back on, and maybe we'll do the announcement right here.
For sure. Yeah.
We'd love to. We'd love to have you back
We
on.
would be honored for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
that'd be great.
You heard it first. 2 weeks from now, Mike Becker will be back to give us a very special announcement. So,
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
Yeah. Dave will remind you. I think Dave will remind you.
Hey, what did you guys think of? Did you and I can handle it. Tell me the real truth on a scale of 1 to 10 for Fun TV.
Personally, I loved it because
they were in it.
we got to be some of us were some of the fanatics that made it onto Fun TV.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was a very humbling experience.
very humbling experience.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah. Outside of the fact that we were actually on there and featured, which was great. It was good. It was fun.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
That's
felt like
exactly what the name was, Fun TV.
Mhm.
it's funny because in our chat, we the rest of us, we talk about, a lot of people go to fun days because they want like the free exclusive things, but like we genuinely like to go just for the fun, and like you guys definitely captured that with Fun TV. I feel like we were watching it together, so we had like a streaming party watching Fun TV together, and we were just chatting like, oh man, did you see this new sodas that they're releasing and things like that? So we definitely you made the best out of a crappy situation with this whole COVID thing.
Yes,
And
definitely.
it just makes us more excited for next year if we're lucky to have another fun days, and if we're lucky to attend again. We've all been to fun days previously, which, like I said, we're very lucky to go, and it just makes us more excited to potentially go, because I know you guys are probably planning major things, so we are excited.
You got a good idea,
Yeah.
right? For next year.
Oh
Well,
yeah. The Olympics,
yes.
right? The Olympic.
Like Dark Olympics, like
Yes.
yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be the best ever. But anyway, more questions. This is cool to me. So you're saying that, was it too long, the show?
No, I could have gone with a little bit more if you wanted.
Yeah.
Was it only like 45 minutes?
It was
or
like
so?
30 minutes or something,
Yeah.
I think. But
Yeah, I mean-
it was really fun for us because someone was streaming it on a platform just like this, and we were all just in the chat commenting to each other. So it really felt like we were all together and everything. So yeah, I think a lot of the people in the chat are saying is like, hopefully we have more Fun TV, even like outside of
Yeah.
like fun days or summer.
Super gent.
Super Gents asking if Fun TV can be every month. I'm pretty sure the production for that would be pretty tough.
No, it's being talked about.
Oh,
Okay.
well, there we
We'll see.
go.
No, yeah, 45 minutes is not too long. I mean, for people like us who love the company and what you guys bring, especially you, Mike, what you do for the Filipino community, it really means a lot to us. So
Sure.
we're going to tune in no matter what. It could be an hour, it could be 2 hours. We're going to tune in. But it's outside of us. Yeah, you're still going to get that response because there's a lot of people that love Funko and what you do, especially you, Mike. So it's going to be good if it happens.
What, besides Pop, what's your second favorite Funko brand or line?
Ooh.
Oh,
I think we all like soda.
Sodas.
We
Soda.
love the sodas.
I got
Are
where is
really
it? Right
cool.
there, back there. I got my sodas lined up back there.
Yeah, I have a full shelf.
Yeah,
This is another question. This has actually helped me. I hope this is okay off topic
No.
stuff.
for sure.
Absolutely.
What do you like about each one of you has to go around and tell me what's your favorite thing about soda.
Okay.
Ooh.
I could.
You want to go?
Yeah, I
Go
can
ahead.
start.
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, it's the overall design and the artwork.
Mhm.
I love that the vinyl itself has weight to it, and I like when toys feel like the quality and collectibles, toys and collectibles have that quality. Whoever's in charge of all the designs for the soda does an excellent job because every time I see a new soda, it's exactly what I would expect it to be. So the overall design, I think, and the fact that it's also like a true mystery
Yeah.
when you open the can, whether it's a chase or not. I mean, just that little bit of excitement of opening something new and not knowing what's on the inside. That's also a pretty good thrill as well.
For sure. I also just like the packaging it comes in. That the fact that it actually looks like a soda can is really cool, and it's easy to stack. So, like as you can see, the pops are taking up so much space in my apartment. The sodas are easy to just stack and put in a box, and put to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a designer too, I really appreciate the design behind this. Even just like the packaging, like Juan and Jorge said, like the whole experience of opening it and hearing that like pop and everything. It adds to the experience of like opening it. And yeah.
I also
Yeah.
love that you brought back Pogs. I don't know if
Oh,
it was
yeah.
meant to be a Pog, but
Yeah.
the little coin inside.
Yeah. Yeah. And mine's all of the above, really. I mean, the mystery of it, the true chase feel of like finding a chase. You're bringing the hunt back. I'm actually a store owner here in Sacramento, and it's Funko centric. And Funko, the soda line has been like super popular for me. And it's for all those reasons: the design, the fact that the characters that you're choosing are popular characters that people love, the chase factor, the limited number factor. And just the pog, you bring back the 90s kids out of the woodworks. But it's everything that they said, it holds true, and the collectors are coming out for it. So
For sure.
I hope you guys keep going because it's keeping me going.
Yeah.
And it has a catchy song.
Soda's coming out.
What's
What was
that?
that, Mike?
Just kidding. I can't show you that.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
It's okay. We don't want to get you in trouble.
And I know, let's see, at least 3 of you were in Fun TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
the only one who wasn't. Yeah, I didn't have time to make my video. My wife is actually pregnant, so we've been like getting ready for that.
Yeah, I had to edit some of yours. Like I know some of them were longer, and we had to edit them down because we had. And there's a lot of people we had to edit out completely just because we had to get it somewhat under control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah. We're just happy we got chosen.
Yeah, I'm really glad that my part about specifically the artist that was highlighted on my part of the videos. So yeah, because the artists really need to have a lot of recognition in products.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of Fun TV? Only one moment you can pick
Ooh.
when you're in.
I like the awards at the end when you gave Crofty an award and the rest of
Oh.
them, just because it kind of just. And I think Nico won something too. Just shows that.
Collector of the year, yeah.
Yeah, it just shows that Funko actually does care about the fanatics and the community, and like kind of like the documentary, the Making Fun documentary. It's more than just the toys or like the collectibles. It's just a community that really brings everyone together and that everyone really loves.
Yeah. I like that you featured other fanatics to say, oh, yeah. I like that you did include the fanatics and got us involved, and you featured us. It always feels good when a company that you support notices your fandom. So that was my favorite part.
Yeah, I think I going back to the awards, I got really excited when I saw that the Spirit Award had gone to both Julie and Tanner. And I was also excited to see that Tate got the Rookie of the Year, and then to see Nico and Crofty and to everybody. For me, that's always exciting, and I know that they didn't get the full-on experience of going on stage, but I'm sure it was still special to them to see, because I think none of them knew, besides whoever had a previous recording,
Mhm.
Like as far as Tanner, Julie, Tate, and everyone else, I don't think they knew, or maybe even the Hall of Famers. So I think some of them were in the chat with us, so for
Yeah.
everyone to just be like, "Oh my gosh, congratulations!" I mean, that it was still a lot of fun, even though we weren't there together physically. Having that to turn to and still having that sense of community, that's really the best part of it.
Yeah, most definitely. That has to be like mine also. Like, I think Julie was walking her dog, if or her cat, if I wasn't mistaken.
You walk your
At the
cat?
time,
She
or I don't know, or she took her cat out or something, and then she just started getting her a whole bunch of messages like congratulations, and she's like, "What is everyone talking about?"
Yeah.
All right, last question. Then I gotta go. What's your
Okay.
favorite breakfast cereal of all time?
Favorite
Ooh.
breakfast cereal of all time? We actually talked about this before.
You guys
Jorge.
go first because I'm gonna grab mine. You guys go first.
Okay, I know. Okay, I'll go first. Mine's easy. I mean, of all time, my go-to cereal is Lucky Charms
Okay, yeah,
because it's sweet and yeah, it never fails me. So Lucky
Yeah.
Charms is mine. Go
Dave.
ahead, Dave.
Oh, mine would be Captain Crunch. I just love that cereal, even though it causes a bunch of scratches on the top of my roof of my mouth. I still bear with it. I just love the flavor. Yes, all time favorite.
Mine is Oreo O's. I know there's no mascot for it or anything, but they just taste really delicious. And then when you're done, the milk just tastes like Oreo milk.
excellent.
And then
I have
Jorge.
mine. I have mine here. I feel like this isn't a popular breakfast cereal, but this has always been my favorite cereal since I was a kid. So for breakfast cereals too, Honey O's. Have you
Yeah.
tried these, Mike?
Yeah, I have. It might when probably what the late '80s or something.
Yeah, probably.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. And it's back.
Yeah, this was my all-time favorite. Still is one of my favorites. I think the guys were making fun of me too because my favorite color is yellow, and they were saying that it's probably because the box in the cereal itself is yellow. That's why it stands out to me. But I think it's really good. I think it's pretty flavorful.
Yeah.
No, we were making fun of you because you didn't know the name of the cereal, and you're like, "Have you guys ever tried O's?" And we're like,
Oh,
"What's O's?"
Cheerios?
Yeah. But that's
Those were fun questions, Mike. Thank you.
yeah.
fellas.
Thank
It
you,
was a
Mike.
reverse interview. Reverse interview.
Yeah,
there.
you flipped it on us.
We'll have more questions in 2 weeks if we're lucky enough to have you come back.
It's fun, and I'm glad that you asked me to be here, and I'd love to do it again.
Cool.
For sure. Well, thank
Sounds
you
good.
again so much, Mike, for joining us. Thanks to everyone who's in the chat. We will be coming back on a little later on 8 p.m. with our significant others to do another live stream. So we'll see you until next time. See you, nerds.
Yeah.
See you,
Thanks, Mike.
nerds.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks,
Everybody.
Mike.